Hey guys, Mark here, and hopefully in better audio. And today, I have an OChem exam, and I thought, what better way to prepare for it than to, hop on and play video games. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Also getting chased, I guess. This is the Xenomorph. I'm sure you've seen them from. Oh, bro, that's such a bad angle to get hit from. It's whatever. I can see where they're going. Okay, it seems like they're still chasing me, so I'll just go up here. No shot, they cut me off, right? Still behind me. Okay. I have some turrets set up over here, so I'll just bring them to it. Oh, apparently they're not invested in that. But yeah, among the OChem test and ignoring that and making a YouTube video and playing games, I like have something I actually want to talk about, and that's the topic of, as you saw in the title probably, gossip. Sorry, I was looking at what was happening over there. Gossip. Alright, gossip. Gossip is, in short, I think, telling other people's business to us. Other people. Regardless if it pertains or not to them. It's still gossiping, right? And, I just thought I'd talk about, a couple of times where, I've messed up doing that. Or someone else has. But I had already recorded this video like last week, I think, and it was so vague that I didn't think it was a good video at all. So this time I've wrote down on a note card like pseudonyms for them instead of just calling them friend A, friend B, friend C. So hopefully it goes a lot better this time. But let's start off in 2023. All right, in 2023, it was my junior year, second semester. Oh, I kind of needed to get healed. It was my junior year, second semester, and I had a couple friends in there, like Axel and Sarah, right? So at the time, where are they at? Oh. At the time, Sarah was very angry at Jenny's boyfriend. Jenny's boyfriend had cheated on her. It was kind of disappointing. But Sarah was very angry about it, about Jenny's boyfriend. And so Sarah, being Sarah, she goes around like telling like a bunch of other friends, such as like Axel, and as well as myself. This is all I know that what happened. And Sarah's just like very angry, and it's just like super mad at her friend Jenny, or I guess our friend Jenny, because Jenny doesn't want to break up with her boyfriend. Like they're so conflicted. Like obviously they're hurt that their boyfriend cheated on them, but Jenny's just like, you know what, let's give him another chance. And so Jenny does. Jenny does give her boyfriend another chance, and that really makes Sarah angry. So like she just told everybody, that she cares and whatnot. She's just looking out for Jenny, for her friend, because they had been friends since like middle school, as well as a bunch of other people. So it's only obvious that she like is gonna tell not tell everybody, but tell people that she's also friends with and be like, yo, this is not okay. So you know, Jenny gets back with her boyfriend, and Sarah like eventually moves on, and yeah, Jenny is just like in a happy relationship again. You know, I haven't heard of her boyfriend cheating on her ever again. But yeah, it seems like nothing comes of it until the year 2024, where we for a senior trip we all like go to a hotel and like stay there in San Antonio for Six Flags. So we're all just like chilling in the hotel room, and we're all just like, lo and behold, gossiping. We're all gossiping about everybody else's relationships. But then we talk about like people like let's see, like this girl named Karina and her boyfriend, and like I think we all knew that they like beat each other, like both, like it was a mutual thing. So we talked about that and how messed up that was. We talked about a couple other relationships, like our favorite ones in the school. And then Jenny's gets brought up. I forgot how, but Jenny's relationship gets brought up. And then, like, me being me and caring also for Jenny and her boyfriend, because I was, like, still friends with them. I was just like, we're not going to talk about that. That's a no-go right there, you know, because, you know, I like everybody else that's on in my life, man, who cares? But do not talk about Jenny and her boyfriend. So, we, like, in the hotel room, we move on past that topic. We don't talk about it. It's, oh, there's no way out. Yeah, we just, like, abandon that topic and we start talking about other things. Ooh, that's basement. I think you're just gonna defend that. Oh. Hold up. Can actually get this. And once again, it seems like nothing comes of it. But fast forward, like 2024 summer now. Once we're out of high school. One day, Jenny and Cassandra, another one of our friends, and Cassandra was like a really good friend of mine as well. They have a sleepover, and you know, and sleepovers, you know what you do. You also gossip. You know, it's nothing too crazy. You kind of know what to expect at this point. You gossip at like the sleepover, and interesting. And so what Cassandra ends up telling Jenny, oh yeah, Cassandra had gone on the trip. What Cassandra ends up telling Jenny was everything that happened in the trip, you know, just like a couple months before. And something not good comes of that, is what I'm gonna say. And yeah, I'll just explain that in the next game. Alright guys, welcome to game number 2. And we picked off, we'll pick up at Jenny and Cassandra's sleepover. So once again, Cassandra was on the senior trip with us in the hotel room. And she was just like, you know, telling Jenny how like the trip went. And then at some point she tells Jenny about the gossip that was going on in the hotel room. And they're just like Cassandra tells Jenny, yeah, so your name got brought up, you and your boyfriend. But Mark was like, no, we're not going to talk about it, so we didn't talk about it. And then Jenny's like, oh, nice, that's good on Mark. Good on Mark for not talking about me and my boyfriend. Wow, that's a great guy, you know, very trustworthy. But then she thinks about it, and she's just like, wait a minute. How does Mark know about what happened between me and my boyfriend. And then Cassandra is just like, oh, that's because Sarah told every single like person in our friend group what was going on. And Jenny was pissed. She was just like, whoa, no way I had my business spouted to a bunch of other people who had no business knowing. You know, why would Sarah do this to me? This is super messed up. Okay. Oh, I make this. Oh, yes, sir. He's breaking. Yeah, he's going away. That's one of my perks. He's coming back. He's going back to hook. Okay. But yeah, you know, Jenny just felt betrayed by Sarah. It's like, how could she have done this to me? So, at this point, Sarah and Jenny were having way too many, like, problems. Like, it was beyond this, like, just finding out. Like, in a way, you could say it was the straw that broke the camel's back, you know? So, Jenny calls up Sarah at, like, 3 a.m. and is just like, yo. And starts, like, cursing her out, basically. That's unfortunate. Okay, he doesn't want to. Whatever. Starts, like, cursing her out. Just, it's, from what I heard, it was just horrible. Like, the stuff that Jenny was telling Sarah. And eventually that led to Sarah, you know, leaving the friend group. Along with everybody else in it. Oh, the wrong one. I thought I heard it from behind me. Yeah, nice winnings. So, you know, that's the end of that friendship. Sarah leaves the group, but me being me and understanding that, you know, people aren't perfect, I decide to, like, hit up Sarah again. I'm just like, yo, Sarah, like, no hard feelings. Like, I know you messed up. I know it happens, and I know you did it because you cared, you know, for Jenny. You know, otherwise you wouldn't have told everybody else, like, oh, what had happened. I'm so cooked. I need a pallet. Okay. Yeah, usually they get impatient when you do that. So I was just like, yo, Sarah, we can still be friends. You know, it don't mean nothing to me, you know. Well, it means something, you know. I was still like, wow, yeah. Probably shouldn't have told me that if Jenny wasn't okay with it, but you know, I still wanted to remain friends, like I said. Dude, this guy is tunneling. So me and Sarah just stay friends. And that also, like, puts a little bit of strain on my friendship with the other people, like Jenny and Cassandra, because of course Cassandra took Jenny's side, and so did my ex, actually. When we were still together, she thought it was really dumb for me to stay with Sarah instead of giving up on her, and she brought up the fact that I had so many disagreements with Sarah, because Sarah wasn't, like, the best person, let's say, but like, it's also understandable, like, the stuff she was dealing with. So it just put a lot of strain on that like friend group right there that I was part of. But I didn't mind. I was fine with being friends with Sarah, and lo and behold, it panned out. You know, Sarah is like one of my closest friends still to this day. Oh shoot! What the heck? That scared the crap out of me. But yeah, I'm still fine with Sarah. You know, we're so cool to this day. And I guess and the moral of the story is, you know, gossip it doesn't work out. It'll come bite you. Regardless if you think you're doing a good thing, sometimes it doesn't work out. But of course, like, if like you know someone's cheating on their partner, you should of course tell somebody. But oh my gosh, dude. Okay, it's not on me anymore. Where's my gen? You know, you should still tell that partner, but just don't go around telling everybody, I guess. Where's he at? Kind of scared. I just. You want me to yo you? Okay, no, apparently not. Yeah. So I think you know, not to like pat myself on the back here, but you know that was a time where like I showed constraint. You know, instead of talking about somebody's business, I mean I still did in that hotel room. You know, just other people's, but just you know, I held constraint on the other person that I cared about the most. Which I think is good enough in my opinion. He's coming back. Yikes. Oh, dude, there's no opening here. Okay. He's going back for the pick, I think. Yep. If only I could find my medkit that I left behind. But yeah, I showed constraint there. At least a little bit. And it panned out, you know. Sarah, like, not Sarah, Jenny didn't, like, hit me up like, yo, why'd you tell my business in that hotel room, you know, which is good. You know, I'd still preserve that friendship. I preserve both, you could say. But this video isn't just to, like, be like, I'm a good person, you know. It's just to label all, like, everything in my life that, you know, well, not everything, but some things that I've dealt with gossip in my life. No, this is gonna have to be a 1-for-1. Alright, who's gonna win? I guess this guy doesn't want to play anymore? No. Shorts me. But yeah, this, I guess I'll say this isn't really the end to it either. Of course, I'm not a saint, so I guess I'll also talk about like the main point of this, like, oh, it's right here. The main point of this this story. I mean, I don't think this is mine actually. And that's the time I lost Cassandra as a friend. Oh, I don't know if I have enough charges for this. Wait, I'm trolling. So once again, me and Cassandra were like very good friends ever since I want to say like 11th grade. We were sort of friends in 10th. I didn't really know her all that much though. But regardless, we were still like cool with each other. And then, you know, fast forward to maybe the second semester of my first year in college, which is like 2 semesters ago, so about a year ago. I had known that my friend Cassandra, once again, was had a crush on my other friend Albert. You know, and Albert didn't really show any interest, but me being me and me being like, yo, I'm like so bored out of my mind. At this point I didn't have a girlfriend I could bother anymore and just like hit up and be like, yo, I just like, I don't know, farted the loudest I could today. You know, I couldn't really bother anybody like that. So I was bored out of my mind. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh! Oh, he's confused! Come on, bro. Let's see where he goes. Oh, I should not bring him there. Okay. Bring him over here, I guess. No, he still hits that. I got greedy. Oof, I'm getting cut off. No, dude, I'm so bad at the game. But yeah, me being bored, you know, since I said I didn't really have anybody I could bother, I was just like, you know what? My friend Cassandra seems to really like my friend Albert ever since like senior year. I might as well, you know, put her on. As I say, I might as well like lend a helping hand. Was it with good intentions? No, kind of. I was just bored doing it a little bit, but you know, I was like, you know what? If my boredom can help somebody, you know, help somebody out or help two people out, be in a happy relationship, why not? So I start like cooking it up. You know, I text my friend Cassandra. I'm just like, yo, you still like that boy Albert? And she's just like, I kind of gave up on him. You know, I was moving to a different college in a different city, so like I don't know if it'd work out. It'd be long distance. I don't know, like how do we do it? So I kind of gave up on you know, going for Albert, and I was just like, listen, what if I help you out? And she was like, yeah, sure, why not? So at that point, I started like texting my friend Albert, and I was like, Albert, how would you? No, I told him like, are you seeking anything in a relationship? And he was just like, I don't know, maybe at some point. And I was just like, is it like maybe? You know, what about like somebody you may know right now? And he was just like, I don't know, maybe. And little by little, I started cooking him. So I'll talk about that next game then. Welcome back to game 3. All right. I have no item. Did I run out? So where was I? Yes. I start like you know, cooking up, you know, Albert, right, into like a 5-course meal. I started like seasoning him, started like making him think like, maybe I should be seeking, you know, companionship, because there wasn't really much going on in Albert's life at all. So I was just like, not the best idea probably, but I was just like, okay, I made him pick between like, I was just like, if you had to pick between, you know, 2 girls that you used to know, let's say like Bianca and Cassandra, like who theoretically would you be like more inclined to like go for? And at that time he said Cassandra, and I was like, okay, I think we're set. So little by little, I start like, I'm like, what I'm really doing is helping Cassandra out. I'm just like, look, Cassandra, this is what I'm telling Albert. This is what I'm telling him. And then meanwhile, I'm like helping Albert out like on what to do and how to talk to women, you know, because I'm a veteran or whatever. Not really, I swear. But I'm just helping him out at the same time, like telling Cassandra everything that's going on. So it was just weird. It felt like and sometimes like, yeah, Cassandra would ask me for help. So sometimes it like Cassandra would do something, Albert would tell me about what they did, ask me how to respond, and I'd tell like Albert sort of like what to do, and then he'd do it, and then Cassandra would tell me what Albert did. And at this point, like I was just playing chess with myself. Like I was, making moves, to pit against myself. So, oh shoot, no! Oh, blood flavor. Shoot. No, it's blood flavor. It's blood favor. I don't know, I say flavor. So, at some point, I'm kind of tired of this. You guys, make your own relationship. I don't feel like doing all this. So, little by little, they started growing closer until finally, after, even though I told my boy Albert to get a job first, yes, he was jobless when he did this, but he asked out Cassandra. Cassandra was, I'm pretty sure it was that way, Albert asking out Cassandra. But, yeah, they started dating. I'm like, whoop-de-doo. Let's go. This is very good. Finally, whatever happened, happened. So life was fun again. I got to be a fifth wheel. Oh shoot. Are we tunneling? No shot. Can a brother get a heal? Oh, this is shadow stuff. Wait, this is good. Oh shoot, he's over there. Okay. I'm just saying I got to fifth wheel because one day, like, I set up a day for Cassandra and Albert to go. What am I doing? I was looking down. For Cassandra and Albert to, hang out, as well as Jenny and her boyfriend, because we were all still friends. So I set up that day. Is there anybody here? So look at. Got to fifth wheel, like I said. Dude, I need a heal. I really don't feel like going down in the hit. All my teammates are playing hide and seek or something. Oh shoot. But yeah, life was fun again. And so one day, Cassandra started telling me like, "Yo, this thing with Albert, there's like something like, I don't know. It's not going the best it could be." So they start telling me all their problems. Like first it starts off like a little bit like not too crazy. Like Cassandra told me one day they had to convince Albert to get out of bed at 4 p.m. What are we doing? Oh my gosh. At 4 p.m. just to get their life going on. Because at this point Albert still didn't have a job. And Cassandra was just thinking Albert, was bumming. And I know that's pretty bad, a man who isn't really doing anything. That's crazy. But that's not hello? Can I get a heal? Bro, wow. Oh my gosh. Furthermore, one day, after Cassandra's telling me a lot of the stuff that was going on, they tell me, yo, I got a therapist because a lot of stuff is going on in my life, and my therapist was just telling me to just cut off Albert from my life, break up with them because they weren't really good for me. And then she told me that Albert had been asking if Cassandra and them could have sex. And I was like, you know, he's a like a teenager, you know. That's not too crazy. What was crazy to me was the fact that Cassandra had already established that she didn't want to like have sex, especially since she was taken advantage of by another man way before when she was you know, a youngin. I'm talking about man, you know, online. This guy was not good. Oh shoot! Oh, he's gonna come over here, I think. Yeah. Let's see if I make this. Probably not. Okay. That's where to find me. I don't know why I went short side. Oh, he's goated! Can a brother get a hit? Thank you. Bro, he's actually kind of insane. Dude. But yeah. Albert was, you know, not doing the best thing. Like, the worst part was that he was actually just trying to, like, guilt trip her. It wasn't, like, the worst way possible. From what Cassandra told me, he said, one of the things he said was, he doesn't want to go into his 20s being a virgin. And at this point, I was just like, bro, that's, like, not an okay thing to say, you know? Shoot slightly? I don't know, I think I'm dead here. There's just no way. Nice. I don't think there's any way I get out of this. Please! No, she blocked me. That sucks. But yeah, you know, that's not the best thing to tell a woman who doesn't really want to have sex with you, you know? And at that point, I was just like, I can't defend Albert here. I like realized, I was like, bro, this is like this is like the worst thing you could have told him. Low genuinely the worst thing. Rip. So I was just like, yeah, bro, I'll talk to him and see what's up, but I totally understand if you break up with him. But yeah, well, I guess I'll continue it next game. And welcome back to, I think it is game 4. Alright, so I tried to do a game 4 already. Oh, it's a Wesker. I like Weskers. They're actually pretty fun. Oh shoot, but he's super close to my. Oh, there he is. Oh! Oh, he's breaking it. Smart cookie. Kicking Jen. He's leaving. Seems like to main. Oof, that's rough. Okay. Yeah, I had already recorded a game 4. But it was a killer game, so I legit could not concentrate, and I had to play out of my mind, I guess, and actually concentrate. So this is the real ending to the story. So if I'm not wrong, it's been like a game now since I spoke about it. But I think we were talking about how Albert was, you know, not being such a good person in the moment with Cassandra. there's also some other things fundamentally that they disagreed on that probably would make sure the relationship didn't work, such as like the fact that Albert wasn't religious and Cassandra was super religious. You know, she Cassandra I think is Christian. I want to say, probably. So she was ultra religious, super, you know, who's were down with her faith, and Albert, you know, was an atheist, so he didn't really believe in God. So it probably wouldn't have worked either. As much as they had shared interests and stuff like that, they just fundamentally they did not, you know, connect like that. So eventually, Cassandra texts me all that, and she's just like, yeah, I'm gonna break up with Albert. I'm just like, oh, that's terrible. This sucks, you know, but it's what's best for you. You know, what a shame. But I'll try to talk to Albert. Oh, that's where I left off. I try to talk to Albert. I leave it off for a couple days, and then finally, Cassandra is like, yeah, I'm for sure breaking up with him. And I was like, this sucks. And while like Cassandra's explaining everything to me once again, I have my other friend Michael on the phone, and he's like looking at everything I'm looking at, right? Because we're just like we're streaming to each other, and he's looking at everything. We'd already been hanging out, but before or like talking before like Cassandra started texting me and Michael. Oh, not and me and Michael, but me. And Michael's looking at everything. So I'm just like, after the conversation with Cassandra, Michael, you know, gives his 2 cents. He's just like, yeah, you know, like whatever Albert is doing is just not the best thing. I could. Oh shoot, I'm supposed to heal her. I'm over here, Meg. Don't worry. Meg. Okay. Yeah. So Michael's just like, yeah, I don't think this is good. Obviously, Michael has a functioning brain. Not to say Albert doesn't. You know, sometimes you get lost in what you're doing. But Michael's just like, this isn't good. Yada yada yada. I don't think you could really talk to him about. Oh, he feels some sort of way. I don't think this is something you can like talk to Albert about. I think this is just like cooked. So, oh, he's coming. Oh, he's leaving. Yeah, so, you know, a couple of days pass as well. I just don't talk to Albert once. No. What am I saying? Okay, we're back to Michael, right? So, you know, I felt safe with Michael. He was, you know, very mature, I'd say. And another thing is we used to be friends with this other guy named let's call him Andrew. We used to be friends. Like both me and Michael used to be friends with this guy named Andrew. So Andrew was not the best guy, let's say. Yeah, wow, this guy really wants the Eddie dead. You know, Andrew like was a big gossiper. And yeah, Andrew was a big gossiper, and you know, sometimes Michael would be, you know, too weak against Andrew's charm. So, I felt like at this point Andrew and Michael weren't friends still. Yeah, again, you know. So I was just like, okay, I'm fine with Michael knowing this. It's not like he's gonna tell anybody anything. I know how Michael is. The only person he'd tell is Andrew, and Andrew isn't friends with us at this point. So, dude, I just open it. So, oh my gosh. Oh, our 3-point block died. think we're all getting out here. Yeah, so I felt really safe talking to Michael about it. Dude, that game was quick. I didn't even get to finish the story. And then, Michael wasn't the only one aware that this was happening, which I'll explain next game. Welcome back to Game 5, guys. Alright, so, as I was saying, Michael isn't the only one informed about, you know, what was going on between Cassandra and Albert. About a week later, I'm hanging out with, well, like, my friend Axel from way back in this story, I guess the beginning of the video. My friend Axel's like texting me, he's like, yo, I'm gonna have like people over. I really don't want to stay in the house. So me being me and wanting to go out and have fun with my friend, I was just like, all right, we'll go out. So we go out. We hit up a couple spots, just like Asian bakery, IKEA. I can't remember if that's it, but you know, we have our fun. And on like the hangout.
No one.
Yeah, he's not getting that. On the hangout, I tell Axel like what's going on with Cassandra and Albert. Once again, like okay. So if Michael's trustworthy, Axel's like actually the most trustworthiest person I've ever been friends with. I'd never doubt Axel. I trust Axel with my life, honestly. So I tell Axel about it. What's going on? You know, we were just hanging out, so I might as well. He gives me his 2 cents as well. He's just like, okay, well, what a shame that Albert is doing this. I hope he learns one day. And you know, the hangout ends, and I you know, I go back to living my life. You know. Oh, by the way, the time period that this next story is taking place is actually last summer. So, yeah, I just thought, oh, they disconnected.
Your time draws near.
Bro. Okay. Yeah, so that's the time period. Anyways, so I go back to my summer job. You know, I'm just hanging out, living life normally. Until one day, on my last day of like my summer job, I'm working at a sandwich shop. I'm like the only employee there. I'm selling out of my mind. That day was horrible. It was actually the worst thing ever. Because it was like literally the busiest day the busiest day I've ever had, and I was the only employee working at the shop. So I'm fighting for my life, and then all of a sudden I get a message from my friend Cassandra, and it's just like, yo, how does this other friend group know about what's going on? And I'm like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? They're like, did you say something? Oh wait, are they at a hook? They're right at a hook. They're just like, did you say something? I'm like, no, I didn't. I wouldn't tell anybody. And they're just like, then how do they know? How do they know? I'm just like, oh my gosh, did Axel tell Cassandra what happened? Did Axel tell like Cassandra that I snitched? So I text Axel. I'm just like, yo, did you say anything? And he's just like, no. And then I see another message pop up from her where she goes, this friend group knows. This one specific friend group knows. And it's the friend group that Andrew is part of. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I know what happened. So I call up Michael. I'm like, Michael, are you friends? Oh shoot. Are you? Oh, I make that. No, dude. all about breaking line of sight. Yikes. Dude, he just walked it. He wants none to do with this. Actually, Mr. Walk him down. Oh. No, yeah, if I would have walked into him, it would have been game over anyways. So, I'm just like, Michael. Come on, bro. I'm just like, Michael. Did you tell anybody else? He's like, no. I'm like, did you tell Andrew? Because Andrew's friend group knows. And he's just like, oh my gosh. So in him saying that, I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's my confirmation. So I hang up, and I confess to Cassandra. I'm like, Cassandra, I told Michael. It's not necessarily that I told him, it's that he was looking at the exact same thing that I was looking at whenever you were texting me. And they're like, why did you lie? I'm like, because I was embarrassed, bro. I was embarrassed. Like, I got caught with my pants down, you know? Like, this sucks. You know, this sucks. I'm sorry. I'm so... You know, it was like, it was my bad, you know? My apologies aren't the greatest. That it's probably, like, bar for bar, word for word for what I said. So... You know... It wasn't the best apology, and they like, as soon as I confessed, they told me, like, they sent me like a whole Harry Potter book worth of a text message, and they're just like, you know, it's not about like the content of the message. It was about the fact that you told them, oh, my therapist told me to do this, and also that I had a therapist in general.
You have little time left.
And I was just like, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking in my head. And remember, like, I was fighting for my life here at the sandwich shop. Like, I had sold out that day. And I legit just say, like, at the end of that Harry Potter book, they say do better, you know? And then, like, the last thing I can muster up, the last thing I can say to muster, like, up a response is, is I'll do better, right? That's all I can say to her. And then soon after, she blocks me. You know, so me and Cassandra aren't friends anymore. That's just the way it goes sometimes. And I think. Like, that moment isn't, like, it wasn't the main issue. With other things, there was, like, also, like, straws that broke the camel's back. For one, like, there was strain for me still being friends with Sarah, you know. There's also strain from the fact that me and her friend, which is my ex, broke up as well. So there's already, you know, not the best relationship. But, you know, that's not to say that, oh my gosh, whatever I'm doing is not going to be enough. Why do I keep on doing this to myself? Oh my gosh, that was scary. Okay, yeah, I'm just running. But that's not to say that me gossiping wasn't, like, a big part of why we stopped being friends. Oh, I don't make that. I'm cooked.
Prepare yourself.
He wants some more, like, real bad. Nah,
Very
Nah, No, he got it. Look at him spinning.
I will break
Rip. I don't know why I zoomed in like that. But, you know, the gossiping had a big part of why we stopped being friends. So, I think the moral of the story is here, you know, don't gossip. As much as you think that the people you're telling are trustworthy, as much as you think what you're doing is fine, it probably won't come back. It'll come back some way, somehow. It'll always go back to the person. There's like not to be religious here, but there's like a Bible verse that's just like everything will come to light or something like that. I forgot. I know my mom used to tell me it a lot back when I used to be my rebellious years. So, you know, just try not to gossip. You know, as best as you can. It'll ruin a lot of the relationships you have. And as you clearly saw with Sarah and Jenny, and then Mia and Cassandra, you know. And if it does come back and, you know, bite you in the butt, you shouldn't be like, dude, this is all like Michael's fault, you know. Like he should have kept his mouth shut. No, you should have kept your mouth shut. You shouldn't have said anything. You should have, you know, known this was a very sensitive topic that you should probably have told like Michael, like this is probably like not the best thing for you to look at. You know, this is sensitive information, so I should probably stop the call here, and I'll talk to you later. You know, that's what you should do. You know, use your brain to be wise. You know, like analyze the situation, and don't just, you know, do stuff for fun because you think it's fun. You know, this is like people's information, people's lives you're playing with at the end of the day. So it's better to keep that in mind. And in my situation, I think my life is a little bit better. Not to say that, you know, gossiping, you know, works on something in your favor, but I think that friendship that I had with Cassandra, as well as the rest of that friend group, was, you know, not the best. We had our disagreements on a lot of things, as you clearly saw with our friendship with Sarah. So at the end of the day, my life is a little bit more free from their judgment, but I'm still missing the friend that I used to have that would read my poems and I'd read theirs, or would listen to music, to each other's music, like at 1 a.m. in the 1 a.m. just vibing and letting each other know what we think of our music taste, or like just, you know, me reading their fan fiction that they were writing, and, you know, like being the editor to it. You know, there's stuff that sometimes I miss. You know, I miss in a friend. I think it'd be kind of crazy to say, but we were sort of the same person, as you can see, and I don't get along with people that are like me. So I figured out, but, you know, that's just how it goes. But that, I also want to say, if Cassandra, I know you don't go by Cassandra, but from these details you should know, you know, who you are. If you ever come across this video, I am very sorry. You know, like, a lot of people know about what you went through, so, you know, that's not the way it's supposed to go. I hate for my information to leak as well, although it kind of did. You already know what happened. So this is just me apologizing. You know, instead of just saying I'll do better, like, I'm genuinely sorry for, you know, what I did. Miss you sometimes, but I'm sure you're doing fine. You know, I'm sure this is just water under the bridge, or something like that. I don't know if that analogy works here, but it's whatever. But yeah, guys, don't gossip. Don't gossip. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys could hear me a lot better. I'll see you at the end of this recording, I guess. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya. Hey guys, and welcome back to game. I think this is 4. And in honor of Cassandra's favorite franchise, Five Nights at Freddy's, I thought, I might as well play Springtrap, which is from there. But dude, honestly, I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to concentrate playing Killer, but let's make it happen. I don't think there's much left to the story. Let's take a look. There's someone here. Yeah, I'm walking straight through that. Got her. Let's hook over there. Oh, there goes my ruin, I guess. But I do have Undying, so. Speed up with that, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Nope. Sucks, that's 1 gen. In case there's another one gonna pop, I'm just gonna pop pain res as well.
It will end soon.
Okay. Seems like no one's coming. Oh, that's rough. Dude. Oh, that's terrible. Dude, they are going through these gens quick.
Wait there. Farewell.
Oh gosh.
You will see.
Dude, that is a big hitbox. Nope, she's dead. Nice. Ouch.
Insolent whelp. What a pity.
Oh trying to get the story done. At least I did this game. I don't know. I don't know if I'll just put this at the end or something. What the heck? I could not concentrate, bro. I had to play it on my mind there. I still suck.